And good morning from Phoenix, Arizona, as we begin day 2 of the USABA Southwest Regional Goalball Tournament. This is Bill Kellick with USABA bringing you all the action. And we have a jam-packed day of competition with 12 games on the slate. And looking back on day 1, take a quick look at the stand. So today we're going to start off with the men's competition between the Rattlesnakes and the Cyclones. This is Pool A competition. Both these teams lost their only game yesterday, so they'll be looking to get on the win column. We'll have 4 pool play games, and then we're going to get right into the quarterfinals, both men and women's, beginning at noon Mountain Time. That would be 2 o'clock Eastern. Set the starting lineups for you. On the far end of the court in the white jerseys with the bluish purplish numerals are the Texas Rattlesnakes. They're going to start with Zach Arambula at center, Guillermo Lopez on the right wing, and Jim Debus on the left wing. Closest to the camera are the Cyclones. They'll have Jeremy Capote at center, Abel Del Toro on the right wing, and Gray Payaka on the left wing. And we're set to begin. Ball into the Cyclones to start the day. Thanks for joining us as we open the competition. Going to be Abel Del Toro from the right wing, straight down, blocked by Debus. Debus's return throw, blocked by Capote. Turn throw by Pizziaca is blocked out of bounds by Lopez. Lopez will take the throw from the right wing, cross court, blocked by Del Toro and out of bounds. Del Toro spins, throws towards the far gap, stopped by Arambula and Lopez. Arambula sporting a bandage on his left thumb, which he injured yesterday. There's a shot by Lopez, gets over Pizziaca and into the net. The Rattlesnakes take the early 1-0 lead on the goal by Guillermo Lopez. Quick return shot by Pizziaca, that's stopped by Lopez. And now Debus. Debus finds the gap between left wing and center. 2 straight goals for the Rattlesnakes. Makes it 2-0. Cyclones looking to respond here. It's going to be Del Toro from the right wing. Spinning straight down, blocked by Debus, kept in front of him, picked up by Arambula. He's going to hand it back to Debus on the left wing. Straight down, blocked by the center Capote. Capote gives it off to Gray Pizziacca on the left side. Straight down, blocked by the center Arambula. Arambula spins, throws, blocked by Pizziacca. Quick return throw, cross court, and deflected up and out of bounds by Arambula. Got his feet out to kick that one up and over the crossbar. Now Debus on the right side, spinning, throwing center, blocked up and over the goal by Capote. 2 minutes into the game, we have a 2-0 lead for the Rattlesnakes as the Cyclones with the ball now. Del Toro spinning from the left wing, throws it straight down, blocked by Guillermo Lopez. Lopez up with it now. From the right wing, straight down the court, blocked by Pizziacca. He finds it. Goes back to the left post. Spins, throws cross court, blocked by Jim Debus. Gathers it in. Back to the net, finds the crossbar. Jim Debus from the center, throwing straight down and through the gap. Capote and Pizziacca got a piece of it, but Jim Debus found the gap and gives the Rattlesnakes the 3-0 lead here. 2.5 minutes into this opening game. Now Pizziacca moves to center, spinning straight down, blocked by Arambula. Arambula hands it back to Lopez. Lopez spins, throws cross court. Blocked out by Capote, who's moved over to the right wing. Pizziacca moved to center. Del Toro over on the left wing now for the Cyclones. Capote's throw, cross court, blocked by Lopez. Lopez moves to the center now to throw this one. Throws it towards the right post, blocked by Del Toro. Passes it back to Pizziacca at center. Pizziacca straight down and underneath Arambula and into the net. Gray Pizziacca gets the Cyclones on the board. It's now 3-1. 6:42 to go in the first half. Jim Debus from the left post. Throws it straight down. Capote pins it under his body on the right wing. He'll take the return throw, cross court, heading for the goal and in! Jeremy Capote with a great cross court shot from the right wing, found the gap just inside the post. Makes it 3-2. Now Arambula looking to respond from the right wing. That one's blocked. Pizziacca gives it back to Del Toro on the left wing. Del Toro to center, deflected up and over by Arambula. Ball into the Rattlesnakes from Texas. Jim Debus. Center of the net. Straight down and gets by the center but blocked by the right wing Capote. Pizziacca now moves over to the right wing. Goes cross court. Lopez there to make the save. Lopez now straight down, looking for the gap, blocked by the center Pizziacca. Quick return throw, blocked by the center Arambula. He'll take his time, back up to the net, moves over to the right. Arambula straight down, blocked by Del Toro on the left wing. Del Toro moves over to the right wing to throw this one, but that one goes out of bounds. Ball dropped in to the Rattlesnakes. And it'll be Debus moving from the left wing over to the right. Take this shot from the right wing, going right down the line and in. Beautiful shot by Jim Debus. Moved over from the left wing to the right. Went right down the line and got it past Del Toro. Debus' third goal. And the Rattlesnakes go out in front 4-2. Del Toro tries to respond, blocked by Arambula at center. He'll run it back to Debus on the left wing. Jim Debus, bounce ball towards the gap, stopped by the foot of Pizziacca at center. And timeout called by the Cyclones. with 4:48 to play in the first half. Rattlesnakes jumped off to a 3-0 lead. Cyclones scored the next two to make it a 1-goal game, but then Jim Debus's third goal of the half puts the Rattlesnakes up 4-2. After this game, we'll have a men's game between Panthers and the Empire. That's scheduled for 12:45 local time, 2:45 Eastern. 4:48 to go in the first half as we resume play here. It's going to be Gray Pajaka from center for the Cyclones. Spinning, throwing straight down, blocked by the center, Zach Arambula. He's trying to locate the ball. He's going to have to run it back and just has to dump it out of bounds as he made the save, but a ball rolled towards center. He had trouble finding it and avoided the penalty with that one. So Cyclones with it. It's going to be Del Toro from center, looking to go to the right side. Debus there to make the save. Arambula picks it up. He'll take the shot from the center of the net. Throws it down, blocked out of bounds by Capati. Now Capati hands it off to Pajaka at center. Pajaka straight down again, but Arambula's there. This time he finds the ball. He's going to run it back to Lopez. Lopez from the right wing, throwing towards center, blocked by Pajaka. He finds it, passes it over to the left wing to Abel Del Toro. Del Toro looking for the gap, and it gets up and over Arambula and Lopez. Abel Del Toro scores one for the Cyclones, brings them within 1 goal at 4-3. And now it'll be Lopez from the left wing, throwing cross court. Del Toro there to make the save. Quick return throw, and Arambula there to make the stop at center. Hands the ball back to Lopez. Lopez going straight down, gets by the center, but backed up by Del Toro. Got equipment check timeout on the far end of the court. 3:31 to play in the first half. Good game here to open the day. 4-3. Rattlesnakes on top of the Cyclones. And now it'll be Pajaka moving from center to the right post. Throwing it straight down, but Jim Debus blocks it out of bounds. Debus now from the left wing. Going cross court, blocked out of bounds by Del Toro. Del Toro now moves over to the right wing, tries to go down the line, but out of bounds. Debus now from the left wing, going towards center, blocked by Pajaka. Quick return throw. Arambula's right there at center. Steps into it, goes down, straight down the court. Pajaka with the block. He'll back up to the net. Throws it, looking for the gap, but stopped by the feet of Lopez over on the right wing. Lopez from the right post. Tries to go down the line, but that one's wide, out of bounds. And Del Toro from the left wing travels over to the right wing gap, throws it and deflected off the knee of Debus up and over the crossbar. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Rattlesnakes 4, Cyclones 3. Debus now over on the right wing to take this shot. Going center, blocked by Pajaka. Quick return throw, trying to catch the Rattlesnakes before they were set defensively, but Lopez blocks it. Lopez from the right wing, throwing towards center. Pajaka blocks it, keeps it in front of him, passes it back to the left wing to Del Toro, who moves to center now. From the center of the net, Del Toro looking for the left post and gets it in there. Beautiful shot by Abel Del Toro. Pass Lopez inside the post, and we are tied at 4. Second goal for Del Toro. 2 minutes to go, 4-4 game. It'll be Arambula with it for the Rattlesnakes from the center of the net, throwing it towards the left, gets by the center, but Del Toro blocks it, gives it to Pajaka. Pajaka now from center, throwing. Oh, and the first penalty of the game, long ball called on Gray Pajaka. Chance for the Rattlesnakes to regain the lead in this tie game. Pajaka to defend against Debus. Pajaka lined up at center. Debus from the left wing goes center and deflected up and over the net. Gray Pajaka comes up with a big save on the penalty throw, and we remain tied with 1:29 to play in the first half. Capati hands it to Del Toro, who moves down the net to the left wing. Spins, throws straight down, blocked out of bounds by Lopez. Ball dropped in. Lopez with it now. From the right wing, straight down, looking for the gap. Got by Pajaka, but blocked out of bounds by Del Toro. Ball dropped in. Pajaka from the right wing. Straight down, blocked by Debus, and out of bounds. But ball's going to go back over to the Cyclones. Capati hands it to Del Toro, moves down to the left wing. Del Toro spins straight down. Lopez blocks it out of bounds. Jim Debus moves over to the left side. He's going to go straight down. Capati blocks it up in the air, but it's going to trickle into the goal. Jim Debus with the 4th goal of the game, and the Rattlesnakes back out in front, 5-4. Pajaka looking to answer. That one's blocked by Lopez, and we got a timeout with 34 seconds to go in the first half. And a good one to start the day here. 5-4 lead for the Rattlesnakes. Coming up next, we have the Panthers, who were 1-1 yesterday in Pool B against their Pool B opponent, the Empire. Dropped their only match. And that'll be followed by 2 games in the women's division. The Sirens versus Ohio, and the Disciples versus Code Blue. And actually the next game will be the Empire and the King Cobras, who are 1-0. And ready to go here. It's going to be Arambula from the left wing. That one goes out of bounds. Now Pajaka straight down the middle. That one's blocked. And Arambula looking for the gap. Kicked out of bounds by Pajaka. Now Del Toro throws it from the left wing towards center, blocked by Arambula. Last few seconds of the half, last shot. And that one's blocked out of bounds. So we're at halftime of the opener of Saturday's competition. And the Rattlesnakes out in front of the Cyclones 5-4. We'll be back with the second half action in just a moment. And back here in Phoenix for the second half of this men's match between the Texas Rattlesnakes and the OPI Cyclones. 5-4 Rattlesnakes in front. Jim Debus leading goal scorer with 4. Guillermo Lopez with 1 for the Rattlesnakes. For the Cyclones, Abel Del Toro with 2. Gray Pizzacca with 1. Jeremy Capotti with 1. And no lineup changes for either team to start the second half. Rattlesnakes start with the ball and a 1-goal lead. Jim Debus, leading goal scorer in the first half, will take the first throw. He moves over to the right wing. Throwing it, looking for the gap, but blocked by the legs of Gray Pizzacca out of bounds. Ball dropped in at the feet of Abel Del Toro on the left wing. Del Toro spins, throws towards the gap, and blocked by the center, Arambula. Zach Arambula from the right side, thrown down the line, out of bounds. Pizzacca now at center. Moves to the middle, throws, trying to go for the left post, but well wide of that mark. Ball dropped into the Rattlesnakes. Lopez hands it to Debus. Debus moves over to the left wing. Debus looking for the gap and gets passed into the goal off the feet of Capotti. Del Toro tried to swipe it out of the net, but it had already gone in, and Jim Debus with his 5th goal makes it 6-4 for the Rattlesnakes. There's a shot straight down by Del Toro, blocked out by Lopez. Dropped in, Lopez gives it to Arambula from the right side. Down the line, just by the post. Ball dropped in to Del Toro now. Moves over to the right side. Throwing it straight down. Oh, Debus pinned it under his body. Almost got under him. Debus now up on the left wing. Throws it straight down, blocked by Pizzacca, who's moved over to the right wing. Quick return throw. Oh, long ball called though on Gray Pizzacca. He was successful in defending a penalty throw in the first half. Let's see if he can do it again. He's going to have to stop Zach Arambula on this one. Both athletes lined up towards the center. Now Arambula moves over to the left post. Pizzacca center court to defend. Cross court, and Pizzacca's right there to stop it. 2 for 2 on penalty throw defenses for Gray Pizzacca. Keeps this a 2-goal game. 6-4 Rattlesnakes. Cyclones with the ball now on the left wing. It's Abel Del Toro spinning straight down. Oh, that one was headed for the corner, but Guillermo Lopez with a quick deflection out of bounds with his hands saved a goal there. And now Lopez, after making the save, will take the throw. Spinning, throwing, looking for the post. Pizzacca blocks it out of bounds. That one had a bead on the net as well. Pizzacca moves over to the left wing. He'll throw straight down the line, but that one goes wide. Ball dropped in to Lopez, hands it to Arambula. He'll find the right post over on the right wing. He's going to spin, throw cross court, blocked by Pizzacca. From the right wing, Pizzacca tries to go down the line, but out of bounds. Ball into the Rattlesnakes. Debus moves from the left wing over to the right wing. Looking for the gap, and just caught between the feet of Capati. That almost got past him. Capati now from the center looking for the post shot. Blocked by Lopez. He keeps it in front of him. Lopez from the right wing. Bounce ball down, looking the gap. It deflects off of Capati and out of bounds. Del Toro with it now. Center of the net. Spinning, throwing, blocked by the center Arambula. Rolls it back to teammate Jim Debus from the left wing. Debus going cross court. Blocked there by Del Toro. Abel Del Toro. Quick shot through the gap. Through the right wing and center gap. Abel Del Toro with his third goal. And we got a 1-goal game once again. 6-5. 7:13 remaining. Now Arambula looking to respond for the Rattlesnakes. Straight down. Blocked there by Del Toro. Out of bounds. Ball dropped in. Pajaka takes it. He's over on the left wing for this shot. Big bounce ball straight down, blocked by Lopez. Lopez now on the right wing. Throwing, looking gap, and it gets through the legs of Capati for a goal. Guillermo Lopez with his second goal. And back to a 2-goal cushion for the Rattlesnakes, 7-5. Pajaka now, right wing, straight down the line, blocked by the arms of Debus, out of bounds. Debus now from the left post. Throws it towards center. Capati blocks it. It rolls out towards center. He finds it. Rolls it back to teammate Gray Pajaka on the right wing. Pajaka cross court, blocked by Lopez, out of bounds. Rattlesnakes with it. It is Arambula on the right wing. Cross court, looking for the post, just deflected wide by Pajaka. That one was heading for the corner. And now Abel Del Toro for the Cyclones. Spinning, throwing straight down, blocked by Jim Debus. And Arambula gives it back to Debus. Will throw, spinning, looking for the gap, but Capati stops it between his feet. Jeremy Capati backs up. Bounce ball straight down the middle. That one is blocked by Zach Arambula. Arambula from the left wing. Spinning, bounce ball straight down. Pajaka there. Smothers that one. Quick return throw down the line, out of bounds. Now Debus over on the right wing. Bounce ball straight down again. Capati stops it between his legs. Hands it off to Del Toro. Moves over to the right side. Looking for the line shot, but out of bounds. Ball dropped into Debus. Hands it over to Lopez. Lopez over on the right wing now. Spinning straight down, blocked up in the air by Del Toro, and Capati finds it, but they had trouble finding it, and timeout called by Abel Del Toro Sr., coach of the Cyclones. 5:03 to go here in the first half. Coming up after this game, we have the Empire versus the King Cobras. Empire is 0-1, and the King Cobras are 1-0. That's men's Pool B play. Play resumes. 5 minutes to go. Gray Pajaka, big bounce ball from the right wing, blocked out of bounds by Jim Debus. Now it's Debus from the left wing trying to go cross court. That one looked like it slipped out of his hand as it went well wide, out of bounds at half court. Del Toro with it now. Moves from the left side of the net over to the right to throw this one. Going down looking for the corner, but blocked by Debus. Debus now. Cross court shot out of bounds. Del Toro hands it to Pajaka, who moves over to the right side. Bounce ball, cross court, blocked by Lopez. Rolls out in front. Arambula finds it. Zach Arambula from the center. Throwing straight down to the gap. It pops over Capote, but he recovers to keep it from going in the net. Capote return throw down the middle, blocked by Arambula. And he's going to take it himself. Finds the left post. Straight down, right into Pajaka, who quickly returns it and throws it wide. Jim Debus for the Rattlesnakes. We're under 4 minutes to play now. 7-5 lead for the Rattlesnakes. There's a bounce ball by Debus. Gets through the gap. Gets through the center and right wing gap. Jim Debus, 6 goals for him. Makes it 8-5 Rattlesnakes. They were up 3-0 early, but haven't had a 3-goal lead since until this moment. 3:47 on the clock. And a little equipment timeout, and we're ready to go here. It'll be Del Toro from the left wing. Going straight down the line, off the post, off the body of Lopez, but he keeps it out of the net. It got by Lopez, hit the post, and hit the back of Lopez, but he turned around to keep it from going in. His return throw is out of bounds. And Del Toro, see if he goes post again. He's going to go straight down again, but Lopez there to block it out of bounds. Debus now from the right side. Shot down the line, goes out of bounds. Now Pajaka now from the center. Now he's going to move over to the right. Tries to go to the left post, but that's wide. Ball dropped in, and it's Lopez now from center. Guillermo Lopez straight down, stopped by the feet of Pajaka, who's now playing center for the Cyclones. Pajaka bounce ball down the middle, blocked by Arambula. Zach Arambula from the left side. Straight down, Capote there to block it. It rolls to the center of Pajaka, who passes it over to the left wing, Del Toro. Del Toro cross court. Debus there to block it. Out towards center court. Arambula corrals it. Runs it back to Debus on the left wing. Debus bounce ball cross court. Gets past the center, but backing up is Del Toro. Stands up. Spinning down the line, out of bounds. 2:17 to go. 3-goal lead by the Texas Rattlesnakes. It'll be Debus now, spinning, throwing, looking for the gap, and he's got it between center and right wing. Jim Debus. 7 goals for him, and it's a 4-goal lead for the Rattlesnakes, 9-5. As we approach 2 minutes to play. Pajaka Straight down, looking to answer. Gets through the legs of Debus and in. Gray Pajaka answers quickly for the Cyclones. With a shot that found its way through the legs of Jim Debus, it's 9-6. Now Lopez for the Rattlesnakes. Straight down, and that one scores. 3 goals in a row here. Lopez popped off the body of the center, Jason Capati, and it's 10-6 with 1:48 to play. Del Toro spinning, looking to answer, but blocked by the center, Aaron Beulah. And now we got Lopez on the right wing, looking for the gap. Oh, that scored, but it was called a high ball on Lopez. So here's a chance for the Cyclones to stay in the game. With 1.5 to go. And Lopez to defend against Del Toro. Del Toro will move over to the right wing. See if he goes middle of the net, and he scores. Abel Del Toro capitalizes on the penalty with his 4th goal of the contest. It's 10-7 with 1:28 to play. Now from the left wing, it's Aaron Beulah looking for the gap. Stopped by the feet of Pajaka. Quick return throw, cross court, blocked by Lopez out towards midcourt. He finds it, runs it back, pats the ball, hands it to Aaron Beulah from center. Trying to go to the left post, but that one's well wide. Ball dropped into Pajaka on the right wing. He'll move over a little bit to his left. Throwing it straight down the middle, blocked by Aaron Beulah as we hit the 1-minute mark. Aaron Beulah from the left wing. Throwing it down, that one's blocked by Pajaka. Quick return throw cross court, popped up in the air by Lopez, trickles out of bounds. 43 seconds to go and a 3-goal lead for the Rattlesnakes. Lopez now with it from the right side, straight down, out of bounds. And Del Toro moves to the center of the net. Straight down, looking for the gap. Popped into the air by Aaron Beulah. He finds it. Hands it off to Debus. 25 seconds to go. Debus, bounce ball for the gap, and it gets past Capati. Jim Debus, goal number 8 for him. And it is 11-7, and a timeout is called with 19 seconds to go, as the Rattlesnakes will even their mark at 1-1. Cyclones will drop to 0-2 with this loss. 4-goal lead with 19 seconds to go. Coming up next, men's competition, Empire versus the King Cobras. And Cyclones with the ball, down 4. Gray Pajaka on the left wing. Spinning, throwing, straight down the line, out of bounds. 14 seconds to go. Texas will take some time off the clock before they throw this one. Debus now has it on the right wing. Spins, throws towards the middle, blocked by Capati, out towards midcourt. 5 seconds to go. Passes it back to Del Toro. I don't know if he'll get a shot off, and he won't. Clock will run out on that one as the Rattlesnakes defeat the Cyclones 11-7 in the opener here on Saturday. We'll be back with the Empire versus the King Cobra. And back with you in Phoenix, Arizona from the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center for the Southwest Regional. Game 2 of Saturday features the New York, Maryland Empire on the near end of the court, closest to the camera, and on the far end is the King Cobras. Empire are 0-1 after yesterday's competition, and the Cobras are 1-0. Starting lineups for the Cobras will be number 7, Richard Ashew, number 9, Dylan Pleasance, and number 1, Darrell Walker. Empire will counter with number 5, Michael Brooks on the left wing. Manuel Puma, number 7, will be center, and number 2, Tashim Brown on the right wing. And starting with a penalty throw from Darrell Walker, and not sure what the penalty was, but Cobras will take that, and before a second is off the clock, they have a 1-0 lead. Maybe it was a lineup penalty, but Cobras will take that 1-0 lead as Dylan Pleasance from center looking for the gap shot, blocked by Brooks on the left wing. Michael Brooks, the left-hander, looking for the gap, stopped by Richard Ashew. He has trouble corralling the ball, finds it now out near center, and backs up, goes straight down the line, pushed out of bounds by Michael Brooks. Brooks has it now on the left side for the Empire. Brooks looking gap, kicked by Walker over to the right wing. Richard Ashew backs up. Bounce ball down the middle. That's blocked by Puma. Tashim Brown looking to go cross court, kicked out of bounds. And Ashew now from the right post. Spins, throws cross court, and just wide at the post. Probably by about 6 inches, that one missed. Tashim Brown for the Empire. And we got an official's timeout for something on the court. And we're good to go. Tashim Brown from the right, spinning towards center, blocked off of Pleasance, and somehow Darrell Walker found that with his right hand, pinned it against his hip. Keep it from going in. Walker now from the left wing, throws towards center, blocked by Puma, out towards midcourt. He has trouble finding it, now he does, rolls it back to Tashim Brown. Brown looking for the far post, off the legs of Richard Ashew, and just past the post, out of bounds. Richard Ashew from the right wing. Big bounce ball down the gap and through the legs of Puma and in. Richard Ashew makes it 2-0 for the King Cobras. here in the first minute and a half. Michael Brooks now from the left wing, straight down, blocked by Asu, out of bounds. Now Darrell Walker, straight down, blocked by Tashim Brown. Ball dropped in, Tashim Brown with it. From the right post, spinning down the line, out of bounds. And the ball will be dropped in to the King Cobras. Over on the right wing, it's Richard Asu. Bounce ball straight down, blocked by Brooks. Brooks from the left side, spinning, throwing straight down. Asu right there to block it. Now cross court, and Tashim Brown lays out to block that one out of bounds. Ball dropped in. Cross court, and that one's out of bounds. Darrell Walker now on the left wing. Straight down, blocked out of bounds by Brown. Brown towards the middle, blocked by Dylan Pleasance. That one's blocked out of bounds by Brown. Brooks, middle of the court, pinned under the arm of Pleasance at center. He'll stand up. Straight down the court, blocked high into the air. Puma, and recovering to keep it out of the net was Brown. Tashim Brown spinning. Oh, he found the gap as Pleasance was out of position. Tashim Brown gets the umpire on the scoreboard. It's 2-1. 6:49 to play in the first half. Richard Asu now from the right. Straight down the court. Long ball called on Richard Asu. Chance for the umpire to tie it up. And Asu to defend. He's out to the high ball line to cut down the angle. It'll be Tashim Brown from the left post. Straight down and past. Tashim Brown ties the game on the penalty throw. We're tied at 2. Darrell Walker now on the left wing. Trying to answer, cross court. Michael Brooks right there. Brooks from the left wing, straight down, and that one's blocked by Asu on the right wing. He'll try to go down the line, and Brooks there to block it out of bounds. Ball dropped in to Michael Brooks on the left wing for the umpire. Michael Brooks spins, goes cross court, popped high into the air off of Walker, but he scoots back to keep it out of the net. Walker now from the left wing. Going down the line and out of bounds. Tashim Brown spinning, Kicked out of bounds by Dylan Pleasant. Richard Askew now for the Cobras from the right wing in this 2-2 game. Big bounce ball straight down, and that's called for a long ball. Richard Askew with 2 penalties. Cobras took advantage of the first one. Let's see if they can do it again. It'll be Tashim Brown once again to throw against Richard Askew. Askew now setting up. He's coming out same place to cut down the angle. Throw by Brown, and it gets by Askew. He guessed right, but the ball got under him. And the umpire with 3 straight goals have taken a 3-2 lead. The last 2 goals on penalty throws. So the Cobras have let the umpire back into the game and have lost the lead due to 2 penalties. And that'll create a substitution for Coach Jake Chikowski with the King Cobras. Dylan Pleasance looks like he's coming out, and Nathan Purcell will check in. Purcell into the lineup, 5:47 to go first half. Empire 3, King Cobras 2, and looking to tie it up will be Darrell Walker from the left wing. Looking for the gap, and he's got it clean through the gap. Darrell Walker with his second goal. And we're knotted at 3. Ball dropped in to the Empire. Tashim Brown from the right post. Straight down, just wide of the right post. Ball dropped in, and Walker now looking down the line. Tashim Brown blocks it out of bounds. Ball dropped in to Tashim Brown. Spinning straight down, blocked by Walker, out of bounds. Ball dropped in. Walker now for the Cobras. Spinning, looking for that gap shot. It gets through the feet of Brown again. Darrell Walker with his 3rd goal. And the Cobras have regained the lead on 2 goals by Darrell Walker. The 3-time Paralympian showing his talent here as he brings the Cobras back to a 1-goal lead. 5:17 to play in this first half. Switch over to the women's division for the next 2 games. Sirens versus Ohio is up next, followed by the New York Disciples against Code Blue. Empire with the ball down 1. It's going to be Michael Brooks from the left wing, straight down through the legs of Hashu and in. Michael Brooks responds for the Empire. And we're tied at 4. Starting the day with a couple good games, close contests. Darrell Walker looking to respond. He scored the last 2 for the Cobras. He goes straight down right at Brooks, who makes the stop. Brooks looking to make it 2 in a row, throwing towards the gap, but Nathan Purcell there just inserted at center. He'll spin, throw it down the middle, blocked by Puma. Puma returns the ball, throwing it down, blocked by Walker, gathers it in towards center, backs up to the right wing post. Spinning cross court, popped up into the air off Brown and out of bounds. Tasheem Brown with it. Spinning bounce ball down the middle, blocked by Purcell. Purcell spins, big bounce ball down the middle, blocked by the center Puma. Puma return throw, looking for a gap shot, but Purcell is there and knocked his eye shades up on his head a little bit, so have an equipment timeout to adjust those with 4 minutes exactly to go here in the first half on a 4-4 game. Darrell Walker straight down the line, but Brooks is there, sliding over to his left to make the stop. Brooks looking to go cross court. That one's blocked by Richard Assu. Assu straight down gap shot, but Puma and Brown are there to make the stop for Empire. Tasheem Brown straight down. Richard Assu makes the stop. He's going to hand it to Purcell at center, but he'll take it himself now. From the left wing. Straight down, popped up into the air by Brown, but he scoots back to keep it out of the net. Tasheem Brown, bounce ball down. Long ball called on Tasheem Brown. First penalty committed by Empire. So let's see if Cobras can take advantage. It'll be Darrell Walker. With the throw against Brown. Walker goes for the far post, off the post and in! Darrell Walker, no chance to stop that one when it goes off the post and in. And the Cobras take a 5-4 lead on Darrell Walker's fourth goal. 2 coming by way of penalty throws. And equipment timeout on the far end of the court. And it'll be Michael Brooks from the left wing, throwing middle, blocked by Purcell. Purcell rolls it back to Darrell Walker on the right wing for the Cobras. Walker looking for the other post now, but Tasheem Brown with a nice reaction to deflect that one out of bounds. Ball dropped into Brown with just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Brown spins, looking the gap, but Purcell kicks that one out. He'll back up to the net. Nathan Purcell straight down the middle, blocked by Puma, rolls over to Brown, tries to find it. He does now, over on the right wing. Throws it straight down. That one's blocked by Richard Assu. Finds the net from the left wing. Spinning throw down the middle. Puma there to corral it for Empire. Puma backs up. Looking for the far post. Pushed out of bounds by Walker. That one was going wide anyway. Ball dropped into Darrell Walker on the right side. Straight down, stopped by Brooks. Michael Brooks with it on the left wing. Smooth ball down the middle, blocked by Purcell. Purcell winds up, bounce ball down, gets past the center and the left wing, and Nathan Purcell with his first goal. Cobras go up by 2, 6-4, with 1:48 to play in the first half. Michael Brooks looking to respond for Empire. Bounce ball down the middle, pinned under the feet of Purcell. He'll hand it over to the left wing to teammate Richard Assu. Throws cross court, but out of bounds. Ball dropped in to Michael Brooks. Brooks, big bounce ball, middle, but too big of a bounce as it was called for the long ball on Michael Brooks. So Cobras have a chance to go up by 3 here with 1:25 to play as Brooks will defend the penalty throw from Darrell Walker. Walker spins straight down. Brooks almost got his feet over to stop it, but couldn't. And Darrell Walker with his 5th goal gives the Cobras a 7-4 lead. Final minute and a half of the first half. There's Brown, pops up off of... That one popped up off Purcell. Ashu backed up, Walker backed up. It looked like they collided heads for a second. Walker's down on his back after that collision with teammate Richard Ashu. And timeout is called by Coach Jake Chikowski as they let Walker recover from that headbutt with his teammate. Minute 16 on the clock. Walker now sitting up. We have a medical technician checking out Darrell Walker as well, make sure he's okay to go. And Walker looks good to stay in the game, and we're ready to go. And the Cobras once again with a 3-goal lead. And the ball. And the ball's dropped in, and Ashu will hand it to Walker. Darrell Walker over to the right side. Spinning, throwing down, kicked off the legs of the center Puma and into the net. Darrell Walker with his 6th goal makes it 8-4, and the umpire will have a substitution in the final 109 here as Manuel Puma will be taken out. And Alfonso McFadden comes in. And play resumes. Tashim Brown from the right post. Throwing cross court. Walker there to make the stop. 1 minute to play, first half. Walker towards the middle. Blocked off of McFadden. Off the crossbar and over the net. Testing El McFadden as he came into the game at center. Now it'll be Tashim Brown for the umpire. They try to get one back here before the break. That one ricocheted off Purcell and Ashu, but stayed out of the net. Sue now from the left side, throwing middle, blocked by McFadden. McFadden over to Brooks. Last 30 seconds of the half. Brooks down. That one's blocked by Purcell. Gives it over to Walker. Walker straight down the middle, blocked by McFadden. Brown corrals it for Empire. Final 10 seconds of the half. Brown straight down, blocked by... Oh, long ball called on Brown with 6 seconds to go in the half. And Cobras have a chance to open up a 5-goal lead. Darrell Walker will take the throw. He's already got 6 of the 8 Cobras goals. Tasheen Brown to defend. Walker down and in. Darrell Walker makes it 9-4 for the Cobras. With his 7th goal. 6 seconds to go. Let's see if the Empire can get off a shot. Brown down the middle, blocked by Purcell. That'll end the first half as the King Cobras blew open a tight game here and now take a 5-goal lead into the half. 9-4. We'll be back with second half in just a moment. And back with the second half action of this men's pool play match between the King Cobras and Empire. Cobras up 9-4 as we open the second half. Cobras open with Dylan Pleasance at right wing, Nathan Purcell at center, Darrell Walker on the left. Empire will have Alfonso McFadden at center, Tasheem Brown on the right wing, and Michael Brooks on the left wing. And we're ready to go. Empire with the ball first. McFadden, the center, will hand it off to the right wing. Tasheem Brown throws it down the middle. That one's blocked by Purcell. Nathan Purcell winds up. Bounce ball down the middle. Blocked by McFadden. Rolls out towards midcourt. McFadden passes it over to the right wing and Tasheem Brown. Straight down and out of bounds. Darrell Walker straight down the line. That one's blocked by Tasheem Brown. Brown with it. We'll hand it off to Brooks. Michael Brooks from the right wing. Spins, throws, cross court. Heading for the post, gets by Dylan Pleasance, but went wide of the post, not by much. Dylan Pleasance now from the right wing. Throws it down the middle, blocked by McFadden. Over to the right wing. And Tasheem Brown, and we have an official's timeout for an equipment check on the far end of the court. And ready to go. Tasheem Brown with the name Boogie on the back of his jersey will throw it from the left wing straight down, gets past the center Purcell, but Pleasance backing up makes the stop. Purcell now from the right wing looking for the corner, and he's got it. Kind of caught Brown out of position on the right wing. And Nathan Purcell makes it 10-4. Tasheem Brown now looking to respond from the right wing. Cross court, blocked by Pleasance. Pleasance from the right wing now. Straight down the court. Michael Brooks is there to slide over and make the stop. Brooks now spinning towards center, blocked by Purcell. Purcell goes it back to Walker. Walker down the middle, popped into the air by McFadden, and Brown sliding back nicely to keep it out of the net for the Empire. Brown now down, blocked by Walker. Walker now from the left wing, throws center, blocked by McFadden. Left wing now, it is Michael Brooks looking for the gap, and he's got it between right wing and center. Michael Brooks with his second goal gets one back for the Empire. 10-5 now. Darrell Walker from the left post looking for the gap, but Brown kicks it out towards center, scrambles out to find it. Throws it over to the left wing. Michael Brooks has to get it off quickly. He does. Gets it past the gap again. It's trickling through, but Darrell Walker recovers to keep it out of the net. Walker on the left, looking center, blocked by McFadden. McFadden over to the right wing to Brown. Tasheem Brown taking the bulk of the shots here for Empire. That one stopped by Walker on the left wing. He'll back up. Big bounce ball down. Brown, it pops off of Brown and into the net. Darrell Walker with his 8th goal. Brown got a piece of it. Almost pinned it against the post, but was unable to control it as it went into the net. And the score is now 11-5. Brown looking a little dejected after missing that one. Hands it off to Brooks. Brooks from the right wing throws it gap, blocked by Purcell, center for the Cobras. Purcell winds up down the middle. McFadden there to block it, but it's going to roll out to midcourt and over. So the ball is over to the Cobras. Nathan Purcell from the center. Winds up, straight down the middle. Popped up into the air by McFadden. Rolls over to the right wing to Sheen Brown, and the umpire will have a substitution timeout as Tasheen Brown will take a seat. And he will be replaced by Sean Ranson with 6:38 to play here in the second half. King Cobras 11, Empire 5. So Sean Ranson comes in for the umpire. He will play right wing. And we're ready to go. Michael Brooks from the left wing. Quick shot off the whistle, blocked by the center, Nathan Purcell. Purcell bounce ball, stopped by McFadden. McFadden rolls it over. Straight down. That one's blocked off the hands of Brooks by Dylan Pleasance. Pleasance backs up from the right wing, throws towards the gap, and it gets in. Dylan Pleasance scores for the Cobras. First goal for Pleasance. It's 12-5. There's Ranson straight down, blocked by Darrell Walker. Big bounce ball down the line by Walker, blocked out by Ranson. Ranson with it now. Going straight down. That one's blocked by Walker. Walker backs up. He'll go down the line, and Ranson pushes it out of bounds. Ball dropped in on the right wing. Ranson hands it off to Black. Black staying on the right wing. Now he'll travel down the crossbar from the left wing, thrown center, blocked by Nathan Purcell. Purcell winds up straight down the middle. McFadden there to stop it. Hands it off to the right wing, and Sean Ranson takes the shot for the Empire down the right side. That's Walker stopping it for the Cobras. Walker. Big bounce ball, but Ranson there to make the stop. Ranson replies with a shot down the line, and Walker blocks it out of bounds. As we hit the 5-minute mark to go here in the second half, Cobras in front of the Empire, 12-5. Walker now looking for the gap, kicked out by Ranson. Corrals it out by the high ball line, quickly returns it down the line, but Walker's there to stop it. Walker cross court, Brooks there to make the stop. Michael Brooks now on the left wing for the Empire. Spinning, looking for the gap, pushed out of bounds by the center, Nathan Purcell. Dylan Pleasance now from the right wing. Pleasance bounce ball towards the middle, pops over McFadden and in. Dylan Pleasance with his second straight goal for the Cobras as they open up an 8-goal advantage here at 13-5. And substitution for the Cobras. Coach Jake Chakowski will take out Darrell Walker, who has 8 of the 13 goals for the Cobras. And Antonio Rozier will come in for the first time for the Cobras. 4.5 minutes to play. Rozier comes in at the left wing spot. It'll be Sean Ranson for the umpire on the right wing, testing Rozier right off the bat down the line, but Rozier pushes it out of bounds. Ball dropped in, and Rozier, wearing his 2 white gloves, will come in, throw the ball straight down, pushed out of bounds by Ranson. Ranson now with it, straight down against Rozier. These two, popped over Rozier, but he recovered to keep it out of the net. See if Rozier goes straight down the line. And he does with a big bounce ball, but that goes out. So it's Ranson and Rozier playing tennis back and forth here along the right sideline. And we got a substitution timeout for the umpire, as Tashim Brown will check back in. Alfonso McFadden comes out. 4:04 to play. Play resumes as Ranson throws it straight down the middle. That one's blocked by Purcell. Nathan Purcell, bounce ball down the right side, wide of the post. Equipment check timeout on the umpire. .349 to play. And ready to go now is Tashim Brown, who's now at center for the umpire. Spins, throws straight down. Purcell right there to block it. Hands it over to Rozier on the left wing. Rozier, bounce ball down the line. That's blocked by Ranson. Ranson trying to go. That one's kind of stuck to his hand and will be called for the high ball. Sean Ranson will have to defend this penalty throw. And it looks like it'll be Nathan Purcell to take it for the Cobras. Both players lined up in the middle of the court at the moment. Ranson out to cut down the angle. Now Purcell moves over to the right. Spins, throws right down, and that... but it's a high ball called on Purcell. He had Ranson beat, but turn the tables now. Purcell will have to defend. And he's way out to the almost half court to cut down the angle on this one against Tashim Brown. See if he can guess right. Almost guessed right, but Brown gets it by him. Tashim Brown with his 4th goal. And makes it 13-6 with 3:22 to play. So Purcell will try to answer back after giving up that penalty throw. Bounce ball down the middle, kicked out by Brown. It's going to trickle. And Brown had to scramble to push that one out of bounds. It was close to the 10-second call. And the ball wasn't moving very much. Hard to hear it, but over to the Cobras with 3:06 to play. Alfonso McFadden now over on the right wing. Tries to go down the line, but the first contact with the floor was out of bounds. So umpire with it now. Michael Brooks on the left wing. Spins, throws middle, popped up by Purcell, but he keeps it in front of him. Nathan Purcell, bounce ball down the middle, blocked by Brown. Brown quickly back down the middle. Purcell there to stop it. Nathan Purcell winds, going towards the post and in under the body of Michael Brooks. Nathan Purcell for the Cobras makes it 14-6 with 2.5 minutes to play. Ball into the umpire. It's going to be Brooks from the left. Oh, high ball called on Michael Brooks. He'll defend the penalty throw here. It'll be, let's see, looks like Antonio Rozier to take it. For the Cobras. Rozier's shot out of bounds, so no capitalization on the penalty throw there. 2:24 to play. The ball is into the umpire. Tasheem Brown from the center of the net. Spins, throws, gap shot, but Rozier swipes it out of bounds. Ball into the Cobras. Antonio Rozier from the left wing. Rolls it towards the middle. Brown there to stop it. Spins right down the middle looking for the gap, but Purcell flicked his feet out to kick that one out of bounds. Rozier from the left. Throwing it, gap. Brown got his body on it, block it out of bounds. We're under 2 minutes to play now. 14-6 lead for the Cobras over the Empire. Shot by Ranson out of bounds. Rozier now hands it over to Pleasance on the right wing. Dylan Pleasance straight down over the legs of Brooks and in. Dylan Pleasance with his third goal, and it's 15-6. Timeout by the umpire with 1:41 on the clock, as the Cobras are 1 goal away from the 10-goal mercy rule to end it. Umpire will try to avoid that. Not a strategy timeout, more just a catch your breath, get your bearings type of timeout for the umpire, as they try to stay in this one with 1:41. And a little bit of a equipment check on the umpire. And we're ready to go here now. Ball into the umpire. It'll be Michael Brooks on the left wing. Spinning straight down, blocked by Rozier. Finds it out by the high ball line. Steps back on the right wing, goes straight down the line, stopped by Brooks. Brooks spinning down the line, just wide of the post. Oh, I think we got a high ball, or a long ball called on Brooks, rather. And this is a chance to end it now for the Cobras. If they can convert this penalty, it'll be Rozier. to take it. Or maybe, no, he's going to hand it to Pleasance. Dylan Pleasance is going to take the penalty against Michael Brooks. And he goes to the right, and it'll score, and that'll do it. Dylan Pleasance with his 4th goal ends the game at 16-6. So the King Cobras go to 2-0. Empire fall to 0-2. And we'll be back with the women's match between the Sirens and Ohio after this brief break. And welcome back to Phoenix and the Ability 360 Center for the Southwest Regional Goalball Tournament. Switching over to the women's competition, we have the Sirens versus Ohio. Both these teams dropped their opening matches yesterday. This game also features 3 Paralympians in it. The Sirens have Karen Zabel, who is a 1984 and 1988 Paralympic medalist, no less. And over on Ohio, we have Tokyo teammates Mindy Cook and Mary Bai Huking teaming up. So this will be an interesting match. Sirens are closest to the camera with the black jerseys and the lime green numerals. Karen Zabel will start on the left wing, Iman Awad at center, and Adiana Brennan at right wing. The Ohio team counters with Yachi Schumacher at center, Mindy Cook on the right wing, and Mary Bai Huking on the left wing. And Ohio being coached by the men's Paralympic team coaching staff, Keith Young and James Wallace, while women's assistant coach John Potts will run the show for the Sirens. So this will be a friendly but interesting match here as we begin the women's competition on day 2. And the Sirens will start with the ball first. Awad hands it off to Karen Zabel, who will throw it right down the middle. Schumacher there to stop it. Schumacher backs up to the middle of the net. Rolls it straight down the middle. And that's stopped there. Hands it off to Brennan on the right wing. Brennan down the middle, blocked by Schumacher. That one throw by Cook goes wide. Brennan shot down the middle, stopped by Huking. Huking over on the left wing. Her shot popped up into the air by Awad. Hands it off to Brennan. Brennan throwing it towards the middle. Schumacher gets over her, but backed up by Huking. She'll hand it off to Mindy Cook. Cook at center throws it down the middle. Awad kicks it towards the center of the court. Corrals it, rolls it back to her teammate Adiana Brennan on the right wing. Brennan down, blocked by Schumacher. Schumacher backs up. Rolls it down the right wing and caught Zabel out of position and a score. Schumacher off the post and in. Gives Ohio the 1-0 lead. Zabel with it on the left wing. Throwing it straight down. Mindy Cook there for Ohio. Returns it straight down the middle, blocked by Awad. Awad gives it off to Zabel on the left wing. Zabel rolls it cross court. Huking there to block it. She backs up. Straight down, blocked, pops it off of Awad, but Zabel there to back up. Karen Zabel straight down. That one's blocked by Schumacher. She finds it. Passes it over on the left wing to Mary Bai Huking. Huking down the line and out of bounds. On the right wing now, Adiana Brennan rolls it straight down. Blocked by Huking. She'll give it off to Cook, who moves over to the left wing. Mindy Cook rolls it down for the gap. Brennan is there to stop it Ohio has switched their wings with Cook going to the left wing, Huking to the right. Brennan rolls it down the middle. Schumacher there to stop it. She backs up to the center of the net. Looking for the post again, but Zabel's there to make the play. Quick return throw. Out of bounds. Ball dropped in. Huking on the right wing. Big bounce ball down the middle, popped up by the center Awad. Rolls it over to Brennan. Brennan straight down, blocked by Cook. Mindy Cook now moves over to the left. Throws it right down, blocked by Zabel. Zabel now looking for the gap, gets past Schumacher and Huking, and Karen Zabel ties it up for the Sirens. One apiece. We are tied at 1 as Mindy Cook on the left wing rolls it down the middle looking for the gap, but Awad with the stop gives it over to Brennan. Can't find it, rolls out of bounds, and the ball will go over to Ohio. Mary by Huking down the line, kicked out of bounds by Brennan. Edie out of Brennan now, rolling it straight down, blocked by Huking. Huking return throw, out of bounds. Brennan with it, looking for the gap, and Schumacher got her hands out, backed up by Huking. And a high ball will be called on Yachi Schumacher with that one. And penalty throw for Karen Zabel against Schumacher. Straight down, Schumacher's there to make the stop, so no damage done on the penalty. We remain tied at 1 with 6:01 to play. Mindy Cook with it for Ohio, looking to go middle, blocked by Awad. She'll drop it back to Brennan on the right wing. Brennan finds it just before it goes over the line. Brennan rolls it straight down, blocked by Huking. Spinning bounce ball towards the gap, Awad right there. Zabel with it now, throws it straight down, blocked by Cook. Mindy Cook, middle of the net. Throws it with her left hand, blocked by Brennan on the right wing. Brennan finds it, bounces it back to the center, Awad. And a timeout is called by Coach John Potts as the Sirens had trouble communicating and getting the ball on that one. So smart timeout there with 5:08 to play and a 1-1 game. This is the first regional of the season. 2 weeks from now we'll be in Vancouver, Washington for the Northwest Regional. Then in April we go to Westmont, New Jersey for the Northeast Regional. And then in May we're in Smyrna, Georgia for the Southeast Regional. All roads, of course, leading to the National Championships in Fort Wayne, Indiana, September 22nd through the 24th at the Turnstone Center, the official U.S. Olympic and Paralympic training site at Turnstone. Whistle blows. Sirens just have to dump the ball out of bounds to avoid a 10-second penalty, so the ball will go over to Ohio. And Schumacher takes it, hands it off to Huking. Huking from the right side of the net, spinning. Stopped by Iman Awad. Karen Zabel now moving over to the right wing, straight down, blocked by Mary by Huking. Quick return throw down the line, out of bounds. Karen Zabel going middle, blocked by Mindy Cook, who's now playing center. Cook looking for the gap, but Awad kicks it and it trickles wide of the post. Score remains 1-1. And we got a quick timeout to replace a line. A little bit more tape added by referee Linda Wellborn. And she'll drop the ball in. Karen Zabel takes it for the Sirens. On the right wing, looking towards the center, blocked by Mindy Cook. Mindy Cook backs up. Throwing it straight down and kicked out of bounds by Awad. Ball dropped in, Karen Zabel with it. Down the line, blocked by Huking. She finds it. Huking looking for the gap shot, but Awad slides over to make a kick save. And it trickles out of bounds. Ball will be dropped in for the Sirens. Karen Zabel. Karen Zabel, cross-court shot, blocked by Schumacher, out of bounds. Yachi Schumacher now straight down, blocked by Brennan, who's now moved over to the left wing for the Sirens. Adiana Brennan throwing it towards the middle. Kick save by Mindy Cook. She'll hand it off to left wing, Mary by Huking now from the center, straight down the middle, blocked by Awad. Gives it off to Zabel. 3.5 minutes to go, first half. We're tied at 1. There's a shot towards the gap, blocked by Mindy Cook. Cook now from the right wing, throws it towards middle. Awad right there to make the save. Gives it off to Brennan on the left wing. Brennan straight down, and Mindy Cook makes the save, and we got a substitution timeout for Ohio with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Yachi Schumacher is coming out, and Sarah Cowan will come in for Ohio. Mindy Cook now from the right wing, down the middle, blocked by Awad. She can't find it before it goes over half court, and the ball over to Ohio. Dropped in, Mary by Huking takes it for Ohio, moves over to her center position. Looking for the post, but that goes out of bounds. Karen Zabel with it now for the Sirens on the right wing. Going straight down the line, but Cowan's there to block it. Huking finds it, passes it back to Cowan on the left wing. Cowan rolls it cross court, Awad there to make the save. Gives it off to Brennan on the left wing. Adriana Brennan down the line, but gonna go wide. All dropped in. Mindy Cook takes it now on the right wing. Left-hander throws it for the gap. Awad slides over, kicks it over half court, back over to Ohio. .211 to go, first half. Sarah Cowan cross court, sliding save by Brennan. Brennan return throw down the middle, blocked by Cook. Timeout called by Ohio with 1:56 to go in this 1-1 contest. Karen Zabel opened the scoring for the Sirens, and Yachi Schumacher responded for Ohio, and we're tied at 1. Coming up after this game will be the women's contest between the New York Disciples and Code Blue. And we're ready to go. Off the whistle, Mary by Huking quickly to the gap, and it gets past the center and left wing. And a goal by Mary by Huking gives Ohio a 2-1 lead. Karen Zabel looking to respond for the Sirens, but Cook kicks that one out of bounds. Sarah Cowan has it on the left wing for Ohio as she throws it cross court. Brennan there to make the stop. Adriana Brennan from the left wing for the Sirens throws it down. Stretching out to stop it with her arms was Mindy Cook as we hit 1.5 to play, first half. Cook down, blocked by Brennan, corralled by Awad. She'll hand it back over to Brennan on the left wing. Brennan down the middle, stopped by the feet of Cook. Cowan corrals it over on the left wing. Sarah Cowan rolls it down the middle. Awad there to stop it, off to Brennan on the left wing. Adriana Brennan now rolls it towards the middle, blocked by Mindy Cook as we're under a minute to go, first half. Spinning throw by Huking down the middle. Awad right there to stop it. Hands it off to Karen Zabel. Zabel moves to the middle of the net. Throw it to the right gap, but that's stopped by Cook. Cook straight down the middle. Awad there to stop it. Looking for a teammate to hand it off to. Gives it to Zabel on the right side. Zabel straight down. Cowan slides over to stop it with her legs. Sarah Cowan now. Straight down. Zabel there to make the play for the Sirens. 10 seconds to go. Could be the last throw of the half as Zabel throws it down. Cowan corrals it. Clock ticking, and the clock will run out in the first half. Ohio takes a 2-1 lead into halftime. We'll be back with the second half action. Welcome back to Phoenix. We are here for the second half of this women's contest. Both teams looking for their first win of the tournament after dropping their opening matches yesterday. And Ohio is up on top of the Sirens 2-1 as we open play here. Substitution for Ohio, Yachi Schumacher will come in for Mary By Huking. And for the Sirens, Megan Duaney is in for Adiana Brennan. And Ohio will start with the ball and a 1-goal lead as Mindy Cook takes it, moves over to the right side, throws back across the court. Karen Zabel there for the stop for the Sirens. Zabel looking for the right gap, kicked out by Cook. She finds it. She'll scoot back to the net, throw it straight down, and stopped by the feet of the center, Iman Awad. Hands it off to Zabel on the right wing. Zabel cross court, stretching out is the center Cook. She'll roll it over to the right wing, and Yachi Schumacher for Ohio. She'll try to center the court, but Awad's there. Hands it off on the left wing to Megan Duaney. Duaney goes cross court, and Sarah Cowan there to stop it for Ohio. Cowan, bounce ball down the middle. Stopped by Awad. Off to Zabel on the right side. Throws middle. Mindy Cook there to make the stop. Cook trying to go for the left post. Pushed out of bounds by Zabel. That one was headed wide anyways. And the ball dropped in on the right side to Karen Zabel. She'll roll it straight down. Sarah Cowan there blocks it out of bounds. Ball dropped in to Cowan. Cross court shot, and Duaney's there to make the stop. Megan Duaney on the left side. Rolls it towards center, blocked by Mindy Cook. Mindy Cook rolls it back down the middle of the court. Awad there to make the save. Karen Zabel now for the Sirens, looking for the equalizer. Throwing it middle. Mindy Cook right there to make the stop. Was going to throw a quick return, but decides to back up. That one a little slipped out of her hand as she threw it, but Zabel makes the save. Return throw down, blocked by Cowan. Sarah Cowan for Ohio rolls it back cross court. The center Awad there to make the stop. Hands it off on the left wing to Megan Duaney. Duaney goes cross court and wide, out of bounds. Ball dropped in. Sarah Cowan on the left wing for Ohio. She'll roll it cross court, but out of bounds. 2-1, Ohio in front of the Sirens. 7:25 to go, second half. Megan Duaney now, straight down the left side. Mindy Cook slides over from her center position to stop it, and she'll now return it down the line, but Duaney right there to block it out of bounds. Duaney now hugging the left post. Will throw it to the right gap. Pops off a Cook, off a Cowan, and out of bounds. Ball dropped in. Sarah Cowan with it for Ohio. Throwing it middle. That one's stopped by Awad. She'll pass it over to Duaney on the left wing. Duaney looking middle, blocked by Cook. Cook now looking for the gap, stopped by Zabel. Zabel cross court, Schumacher there to make the save for Ohio. Schumacher down, blocked by Duaney. She had trouble, but Karen Zabel with great backup, hustling across to make the save. Duaney quickly returns it. Good teamwork there for the Sirens to keep that one out of the net. Now Cook throwing back towards Duaney, and she's right there to make the save. Great defensive battle here as this one's going to trickle out of bounds. And over to Ohio. Tight 2-1 matchup here with Ohio holding the advantage. 6 minutes to go. We have an equipment timeout on the Sirens. Looks like we're ready to go now. Sirens are out of position. Nobody's at center right now, but Awad finally gets over to close up that hole. And Zabel down the line, kicked off the feet of Cowan, off the post, and she knocks it out of bounds. Sarah Cowan kept that one out from tying the game. Now from the left wing, she'll throw it center. Awad is right there. Hands it off to Karen Zabel on the right wing. Zabel throwing it straight down. Cowan's there to make the stop. Backs up to the left wing. Throws it cross court. Past the center Awad, but Duaney backing up. She finds it. Throws it back down the middle. Mindy Cook right there. And Ohio will call timeout to make a substitution. Sarah Cowan will check out. Mary By Huking in. 5:11 remaining. Ready to resume play. Huking into the lineup, and she has the ball. Center of the net. She'll spin. Big bounce ball down the middle off of Awad, trickling towards the post, off the post, and out of bounds. Almost instant offense from Mary By Huking, but glances off the post and out. Megan Duaney now on the left wing for the Sirens. Throwing it middle. Huking there to make the stop. Pats the ball, hands it to teammate Mindy Cook on the left wing. Cook down the middle, blocked by Awad. She'll give it to Karen Zabel. Right wing, cross-court shot. Schumacher there, kicks it out. Trying to corral it, she does. Passes it back to Mary By Huking. Huking right down the middle. Awad right there to make the save. Gives it off to Zabel. Zabel looking for the gap. Huking dives over, blocks it out of bounds. Mindy Cook now for Ohio. Kick save by Awad, out of bounds. Ball dropped in for Karen Zabel. Zabel goes cross court. Schumacher makes the stop.